That's what I'm talking about, talking about, talking about.
Awesome.
Hi, you're watching Talking About. I'm John Griffith.
I'm Cara Kilduff.
How are you?
Good. I have a cup of Dunkin' Donuts coffee next to me.
So you're getting all wired up.
Yeah, because my head's pounding, but I know that's kind of like forbidden. So,
What?
I don't know. I'm not advertising for Dunkin' Donuts. If you guys see me drinking out of it, and it really is coffee, I'm just saying.
Mm.
It's been a
Okay.
day. It's been a day. How are you? What's going on?
I'm doing all right. Heading south tomorrow to go see my sweetie.
Are you guys going on another cruise?
In the fall.
A cruising cruise.
A cruisy cruise.
I haven't had much human conversation all day, so this is going to be interesting
Well, we had some
tonight.
good conversation tonight.
Oh, wonderful.
Actually, there is a bit of a backstory behind our first guest. I've known our first guest for almost a decade, since he was a little gaby. He's still practically a gaby, but since he was a little gaby on MySpace days, well, he's still semi-closeted. I think we had one conversation
Aw.
online where I was talking about something. His response was, "I'm not ready for that." So, I'm on. Okay.
Were you saying terrible things?
I think he's my little junior, and I want to welcome Mr. Sal Capizzi. Welcome.
Welcome, sir.
Hi guys, thank you so much for having me.
So wait, what
This is your TV cherry, right?
Yes, correct. You said this is what?
Huh?
What'd you say?
Your TV cherry?
Yes,
Your
my
popping
TV cherry. Yes,
how do you feel?
definitely. I feel great. You two are wonderful hosts.
Thanks.
So very comfortable, very excited to be here.
Well,
So,
good.
yeah.
You are comfortable because you're not sweating.
Yeah, well, where you could see it.
Sometimes when guests come and they're like schwitzing, it's just like, it's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, when he stands up, he's going to leave a mark.
No, come on.
No, I'm gonna leave a mark. I shouldn't have wore this blue because it's just gonna.
No, you're adorable. So what's going on, Sal?
Nothing much. As John said, this is my TV cherry, but me and John have known each other for like over a decade, and I think John, he was talking about some type of fetish that I wasn't ready for 10 years ago.
It's called coming out.
Oh.
But yeah, so I'm here. Out.
Well, how long have you been in New York now?
I've been in New York a year and 4 months.
Because you're a Buffalonian.
A Buffalonian, yes. Born and raised, super cold, super
You've only been
violent.
here for a year?
A year and 4 months. But I was so ready to move. I just feel like
Yeah.
extra acclimated because I was just like this ready to dive into it. But I've like nothing, the crazy stuff has happened, but I absolutely love it. And so.
Wait, Buffalo. Isn't Ani DeFranco from Buffalo?
Yes, yes, yes.
Does she employ like everybody in Buffalo?
I don't know if she does. I know the city of Buffalo is just like its own little habitat in itself.
I've never been. I'm so intrigued.
Don't go. Don't go. Let's start that. Unless you like to be cold. People who usually go to Buffalo love to be victims. So.
Or they're up there for school.
Yes, or they're out there for school. We have really good schools, I will say that. Yeah. I'm not a college graduate. I'm a trade school graduate.
That's better. You work with your hands.
Yeah.
That's more attractive sometimes.
Yeah.
And this is my
first,
TV. Yeah.
First time I saw you, I said, that man is straight.
Really? No.
I'm teasing.
Oh wait, you went to massage school.
I did go to massage school. Massage therapist.
Are you licensed in New York State?
The state of New York licensed this.
That's awesome. Did you go to the Swedish Institute?
No, I went to the New York Institute of Massage in Buffalo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so the class of October should be happy to see this. So, yeah.
But wait, what are you doing besides that?
Stand-up comedy
What,
all over
what?
New York City. Yes.
Good.
Yes, I absolutely love it. It's something I always wanted to do, but never really like pursued in depth in Buffalo, because like the scene is so small, and I knew just like I kind of had to dive into it out here. But like I said again, some people have it like really hard. Luckily, so far it is so hard to do, but I have met some of the most amazing producers, fellow comedians, even though like we're all like twisted people. I've been so lucky so far just to like fall in the hands and become acquainted with the right people. So
Good.
yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
When are you performing next?
When am I performing next? Actually, Saturday at 10 p.m. at QED in Astoria.
I know
it's
that
a new
place.
yeah, it's a new
Whose
kind
show
of.
are you doing?
I'm doing Freddie G's show.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's going to be really fun. QED Saturday night, and then Sunday and Monday, Stand Up New York on the Upper West Side.
Nice.
So.
But when did you first have the inkling that you had the comedy bug?
Probably when I was.
When you were a teenage black girl?
When I was a teenage black. Let me talk to you about that, John. No, probably that came from me just being a terrible kid. And my mom just tried to like shape that. And I give my mom a lot of credit because she was a single mom and I was a terrible kid. But still, she would take me to like spa day with her. Or at least that's what she called it when she left me in a hot car. So.
Oh, are you an only child?
No, I have a little sister.
Oh,
She doesn't
Jesus.
follow in my footsteps. She's so good and little, and I wanted to be like a black girl as a teenager. And then I looked in the mirror one day and I was like, "You're not." So,
Were you really a terrible kid?
I was really a terrible kid.
I can't believe that looking at you. You seem so sweet.
I had to grow up fast. My parents got divorced when I was really young, so I had to grow up fast. And I just basically, my mom was always at work, so I had to like raise my little sister. It was like a pack of wolves. And then like, yeah, so. Like I didn't milk
it's
her,
perfect.
but yeah.
It's perfect fodder for stand-up comedy.
Yeah. You just like, you're forced to grow up fast. You learn about everything like so quick. You make your own friends. You're just kind of like out there on your own, like learning everything for yourself. And so you get the punches of everyone and everything in your everyday life. So, I mean, that just kind of like shaped it all. And then all through school, I was like a pervert. Because like I had to learn, like, you know, like a friend says something, mom or dad aren't there to be like, no, don't say that. So like when I was 4, I was like, look at my zipper mask. So.
Oh. Jesus. Mary and Joseph. And all the saints. So
Yeah.
I was a pervert growing up. That's
Yeah.
I don't think we've ever had anybody on the show that's
Openly
just said,
admitted that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's a first. I think you should be proud of yourself.
Well, thank you very much.
I'm just going to sneak away and call the authorities.
No.
Well, I was a child, so it was allowed.
Oh, so you were a prevert.
I was I've never heard that term before. Yeah, I guess you could say I was a prevert. But yeah, just once again, just like learning stuff on your own, you got to find out, you ask questions. And like when you're in 4th grade, like teachers don't want to answer those questions.
Of course not.
So,
Oh, that's why you were probably labeled difficult. Oh, he asks too many questions.
yeah, difficult is like an understatement, but sure.
Oh, no.
Needs medication.
So
Yeah.
have you been able to find regular work as a massage therapist?
Yes, throughout the city, there's like a million jobs for like everything. It's what I have noticed is longevity is something that seems kind of difficult in the city because there's so many people and like employers here just like rapid fire through a lot of people really quick. They've been here for years, so they have the mentality like people are going to come, people are going to go. So it's really hard to build up like a foundation of, you know, trust, loyalty, respect just between like employer boss. I found because all your bosses are like expecting you to come and go just like everybody else. But luckily I do have a good job.
Good.
So I'm super like I'm very lucky.
I don't know. I just feel concerned for you because you've only been here for a year and 4 months. I'm just like, okay, you have a job, you have a roof over your head.
Yeah.
Okay, there's food in your refrigerator.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
And the city, he arrived broken, so the city didn't need to break him.
Yes, yes. I was ready to be. That's gonna come out wrong. I was gonna say I was ready to be broken, but I'm already a broken person. So, yeah, I was, like I said, I was just ready. I was like, this is the dream. I'm gonna go out there. I'm gonna do this. So I was like ready. So like all the minor, like little difficulties that I've ran into, it was like I expected it.
Yeah.
I really did. Friday, I left my wallet in a cab going to the airport. And as a massage therapist, we get a lot of cash tips. So like 3 weeks of cash tips. I won't say how much cash in the back of a cab. I will say this about New York City. I am not smart enough to grab a medallion number the first thing I sit down and sit in a cab. So so I left the wallet in the cab. Gone, all that tip money gone, all my identity gone. So I think that was a year and 4 months in. That was the first New York City-ish thing that's happened to me. So.
That's
A year, I'm doing good. So like a year and 8 months in, double that time, I'll probably get like molested taking the L train, but that's a New York City
no,
thing.
not on the L train.
No? What
No.
train?
Maybe like.
He needs helpful hints. That's why.
I need helpful hints because I need to know where to go.
Oh, because you live in Brooklyn, don't you?
No, I actually live in Weehawken, Jersey.
I'm so sorry.
No, the L train. No, it wouldn't happen in the L train.
No.
Weehawken.
Yeah.
That's so clean cut.
It's nice. I like it over there. I like it.
It's pretty.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
Very nice view of the west side of the city.
Yes.
So.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh damn.
No, it's not. It's like middle. It's not like I'm not walking through like, but I'm not like.
Well, no, you'll be moving on up like Wheezy Jefferson before you know it. Don't worry.
You can spend the summer on the Queer Pier,
What's the queer pier?
the Christopher Street Pier.
Oh, okay. All right.
I don't know if anyone calls it I call it the Queer Pier.
Okay.
It's bound to be a thing.
It's bound
gonna
to
be a thing.
We have to tell him. We have to tell the young man where to go. Where to go be a homosexual in the city. Where should he go? Go over to the West Side Highway. Kidding.
I feel like when you just said that, the West Side Highway, have you guys ever seen There's Something About Mary where all those gay dudes are like in that deserted field?
Yes.
just getting it done? I feel like that's what you just described the West Side Highway
Well,
as.
actually-
Are there designated places in the city to be gay? Because I just feel like all of New York City is
We
just
get
like
the
a
whole.
rainbow.
We get the
Yeah.
whole place.
The
whole
internet has
place.
kind of spread the neighborhood out.
You said the internet?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Like,
It's kind of it's you don't have as many concentrated neighborhoods anymore.
okay. So
It's
they're kind of
the
spread
whole
out.
city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like maybe a full one of your lifetimes before now, so it's 20 something years prior. If you had gone to that same area of the West Side Highway, you probably would have been molested and welcomed it.
Yeah, I welcome all molestation all the time. So.
You knocked my mic off.
Oh, sorry.
See, you guys are missing the creepy eye contact that's happening.
It's one-sided because it's like this is Junior here.
Well, yes. And like I said, John, even though we started off by like, you should come out, I've known you basically over a decade and knew that you were like this awesome producer. So once again, thank you both for having me. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh my God, I'm like so interested. I just want to make sure he's okay.
Yeah.
That's
no,
exactly
I'm
it. That's why that
I feel
the naughty talk
responsible. I
is
just met you.
Don't feel responsible. Like growing up quick, I gotta be. I'm not there, but I'm there.
Well, this is good. It sounds like you're thriving. You're doing well.
Thank you.
It's always, I don't know, it's always kind of exciting to talk to people who are like new to the city, newish. Like I just had somebody that I went to school with, I went to college with, hollered at me on Face Place, and he was like, "Oh, I've been here for 2 years," and I was just like, and he's older than I am, and I was like, "Oh, bless his little heart. He's been here for 2 years," and I'm just like, so I do want to meet up with this guy and just, I like your take. I want to see things through your eyes, like.
I think people have that like, oh, you're so innocent. You're such an innocent, like nothing bad has happened to you yet. So like people are like, oh, you're so new. Is there something like designated supposed to happen at like each year mark? Like I'm coming up on 2 years, like what's supposed to happen to me?
I don't remember what happened when I
John,
was
what's
here
supposed
2
to happen to me?
years.
Oh, it's a surprise.
Oh my God, another one.
Well, you know what? Like, I remember like feeling comfortable. I knew that New York was definitely my home, and I was a New Yorker when somebody asked me for directions and I didn't have to think about it. I was just like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, blah 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 blah, and then I just went on my merry way. And like the first time that I was like, oh wow, I didn't have to think about that, because you just ride the trains all the time,
Yeah.
and all that crap.
Somebody asked me for directions like a day after I moved here.
Oh, that's a good sign.
And I pointed them in the wrong direction because I was also going in the wrong direction. So like, yeah, when people first move here, like you don't know. And like, I didn't want to be like rude right away because you know how you got to get into that like New York state of mind. And they were like asking me, and I didn't want to like just ignore them. And I also didn't want to say I don't know, because I hear that's how bad stuff happens when you say I don't know. So I was like, yeah, 23rd started through.
Oh, I say I don't know if all the time. If I don't,
Do you?
yeah, I'm just like.
I don't feel so bad anymore.
Well, I usually do that. Sorry.
Okay.
I don't know. Like today, no, it was yesterday. Some little Asian man came up to me on Central Park West, and he called me sir, and I just.
Oh no.
And I didn't correct him because I was like, fuck it, And he was just like trying. He's like, Central Park West Avenue and Park Avenue are the same. I said, no, honey, Park Avenue is all the way across the park. Oh, okay. And I, you know, because normally if somebody calls me sir, I'm like, I'm not a dude.
Yeah.
You know, it's like that lesbo thing. But but I don't know, because he had this kind face, so I just let him
Okay.
get away with it. I was just like, oh, you're lost and you're ignorant. Okay. It's like, oh, bye.
And he probably couldn't see you well because, you know. So. You said it. I followed up.
I was just stating a fact about his.
You were being factual. I was being racist.
I'd like to point out that we are in Flushing. In
Flushing?
I know. I
Flushing.
noticed that. I
Flushing's
noticed that.
Chinatown.
I noticed that when I was coming here. It's hard to miss where
Oh my
you're going on your way here. So
As long as you don't start singing "How much is that doggy in the window?"
no, because
Oh.
they'll probably eat it.
Okay, we're going down
Okay.
down a spiral.
You're bad.
I am naughty. That's why I was prepared for this today.
I am naughty.
I am naughty.
There's a difference. I like that.
Between bad and naughty. I feel like bad is just like prison, like juvenile delinquent. I'm just
Naughty's
like,
just like-
naughty's just like, I know I probably shouldn't say this, but I want to.
Well, what is your stand-up like? What do you talk about right
Naughty things. Like, I don't know. I just feel like there's just so much to be talked about, whether I tend to push the envelope, as people have told me I have. I've always loved to do that. I don't know if it's just like a I want a reaction thing, but there's just like certain things like race, like just like comics that I absolutely love. My favorite comics are people who just push that boundary, whether it's sex, race, relationships, issues. I
Yeah.
could go somewhere and talk about, you know, puppies and oranges and what pizza tastes like to me, but I want to talk about difficult things, and if I can make them funny, that's a huge accomplishment. If I can
course.
construct a joke or just a life situation that's happened and get a good reaction out of it, I'm saying it. That's
That
stand-up
works.
comedy in a nutshell.
Well, that's the other beautiful thing about living in the city is that you get so much fodder for material. Just
Yes.
like it's handed to you. It's
Yes.
just like, here's this gift, this beautiful gift.
Yes.
I love that.
And in stand-up, a lot of people, I surprisingly don't do a lot of gay material, but like people always put, like, I don't know if they categorize it as that, but you know, I've been like put in like that place before where like I've been told like, we've had too many gay comedians on this show this month, so you can't do it. And it's just like a lane that people put you in once you do a couple gay jokes, I guess. But it's
The other side of that is when you start booking gay shows and they have straight people. They're like, yeah, we've had too many straight people on.
Yes.
So there's give and
Yes.
take with that.
That's also just like when I have to follow a comedian who wants to talk about everything that that his gay friend said to him. I have to follow him by then talking about a conversation that me and all my straight friends have had. So I have to be that asshole. And I am that asshole.
Oh no, I think that's beautiful.
Okay, thank you.
No, that is because oh God, that drives me crazy. Yeah,
Yes.
and cleaning up somebody else's mess.
Right, absolutely. And you know, people just think because you're like a gay comedian, like you're gonna get like go on stage and talk about, you know, getting pounded out by 4 black guys somewhere in Brooklyn. But I really hate talking about last Saturday, so.
You're disgusting. I'm naughty.
That's naughty, right?
I like that how you bill yourself as naughty. It's just
It's
I like that word.
It's pushing the envelope. It's naughty. It's general conversation. I have trouble with that because, like, when I'm on stage, I feel like you're supposed to be like hyped up. I'm actually toned down. Like a personal conversation with me is so like off the wall, but like when I'm on stage, I'm actually cautious. I'm actually like, I could really offend these people, and I have to. That's why I have to like write so carefully because I'm like, a general audience won't get this. So like, I
They'll get it
kinda-
45 minutes later on the way home.
Right. They'll be like, oh my God, that little gay skinhead was racist, was really racist tonight.
Gay skin.
Oh my God, who raised him? He raised himself.
Oh my God. We have to talk after this. Oh, Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
I always get the question, do you kiss your mother with that mouth? As a matter of fact, yes.
Because I try very hard on this show, but I love curse words, and I have tried very hard to not do that. And I get that all the time. Oh, you kiss your mother with that mouth? I'm like, yeah, I do. She loves it.
I know. I actually broke my mom out of her shell.
Really?
Yes, because my mom, I was the first. So my mom was like very by the book. She was very like, step by step. It was like a rehab, like childhood growth. Like step by step by step.
She probably wondered, how am I going to keep this thing alive? You know?
Yes, I say the same thing about my gerbils. So, but yeah, I kind of just like broke the records, and like after years of like just like principal phone calls home, my mom was just finally like, F it. I'm gonna be a cool mom now. So I kind of like paved the way for like my sister just to kind of like be in the clear. I was jumping out of window.
Is your sister
bad.
like super conservative, and then there's you?
Yeah, she has like a girl attitude, but I mean that she's a teenager, so that's like kind of normal. I was jumping out of windows. Yeah. I was standing on toilets, blowing like cigarette smoke into bathroom fans. I gave her a run for her money for being the first kid.
Don't they say like you get the child that you deserve or something like that? Like, what the hell is your mother's childhood like? What did she do?
Yeah, she obviously had some type of karma coming to her because I was truly a present that just needed. I'm like the gift that keeps on giving, like a cold sore.
I was just gonna say,
Were
like
you?
herpes.
Like yes. And if you ever get one, I'm not an ambassador, but Abreva is wonderful.
Abreva, that sounds like a nice name for somebody.
I feel like she just took this from Flushing to the Bronx.
Can you imagine that? Naming your adopted child Abreva?
Don't get me started.
Abreva.
It's like if you want to name the child after a memory of the night that they were conceived.
Oh.
Oh.
Abreva and her daughter and her sister Syphilis.
What would your name be if that were the case?
Hmm?
What would your name be if that were the case?
I'm not going there.
You're not going there?
I'm not
I
going
don't even
there.
know. I never thought about that. That's a good question.
Mine would probably be like, don't do it on this couch.
Ooh. I don't know. That's really good. Yeah, I don't know. Huh. I'm not going to ask the next time I see my parents because that's just, I don't want to know.
But that's another thing too, since my parents were divorced, my mom was like constrictive. And she wanted to like, do everything by the book. And my dad was just kind of like go do whatever you want. So like I voluntarily got information like that I won't get into detail with, but my dad was like very open in my childhood. So, I mean, that kind of made it difficult to like be like, this is wrong and this is right. And, I didn't have like, cause my dad was like so unfiltered and my mom was like, so I didn't know who to believe. I didn't know what was okay for like a 5th grader to say to his teacher.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
So you have your mom who is like, how do I keep this thing alive?
Yeah.
And your dad was like, let's see if we can kill it.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
So there was a lot of time in the office.
Yes. So like my whole life I've just been getting like the angel and devil on my shoulder, and I'm also a Gemini. So like
Oh, Jesus.
so like I've always had these like clash of two worlds, and that's what I
course.
love doing with my comedy too. Like I'll have like a really good like just like general, but then I like have this like right hook that I just like want to take the audience out with, and that's what it's so magical. Reactions are magical, especially like this day and age. And when I moved here, I was expecting to be like a rough and buff, hustle and tumble city. People are actually like politically correct here.
A little too much.
A little too much for.
Depending on where you are.
True, very true. But like when I moved here, everyone was like, develop a thick skin. People are gonna walk all over you. And sometimes when I have that thick skin, I'm like, it's too thick. Because my attitude is just like, what everyone told me to prepare for. And then I'm like, I think I'm being mean at this
You
point.
can't really prepare to live here.
No,
It just,
you have to do it. You
It
have to do
It has
it.
to happen to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do it. Your skills will develop after time.
Yeah. It's not the first time
Yeah.
I've heard that.
Oh,
so.
jeez.
Well, we've had the opportunity to have some comedians on the show when
Mhm.
they're up and coming as you are,
Mhm.
and then check in with them every few years, and some of them are, pretty much on the top of their game now.
Yeah.
Like Ted, Ted Alexander has been on the show
Yeah.
since before anyone knew who he was, and it's just interesting to see the progression of development and who he became.
Yeah.
Who do you want to be?
Who do I want to be? Like as a comedian, like who do I
what is-
worship or what do I want to do? Or
What does
should
that
I
mean?
answer both?
Yeah. Well, whatever the question means to you.
Whatever what I want to do with comedy is basically keep on pushing the envelope. I'm never going to stop that. That's always who I've been as a kid, as a teen, as a young adult. I'm always going to push the envelope because I love to do it. I'm not going to be ignorant because I'm like a genuinely sweet person. I'm so nice. I actually have to be ignorant to be funny, but I'm just not I'm not going to be an asshole whatsoever. I like to have fun. I love to have fun, but still find a way to like, oh, should you really be saying that? So, yeah, but that's what I want to do. I want to keep pushing the envelope. I want to keep moving forward. I want to talk about things that, are just like, and a lot of people advance quicker with general material, like what can make everyone laugh. If I have to be put through the ringer, which I'm slowly starting to notice, with edgier material, I'm willing to do that just because I like what I write, I like what I say, and for me, it's worth it.
You have
For
to,
me,
you have to find your voice.
Yes, and that takes years to do. So it's not something that happens overnight, something that is developed, and I look forward to it. I honestly do. It's so much fun. It's hard, but it's so much fun.
Where can people learn more about you?
People can learn more about me on Facebook. I really don't have like a web, like I just,
Well, your page allows followers?
Yes.
This way you don't have to friend everyone. They can just click on follow and follow
Yeah,
you.
they could follow facebook.com/Sal Capizzi, my name, Capizzi. So, there, I'm very personable. I try and talk to everyone. You get the occasional pervert scumbag, but especially in like this lane, this realm of life, you have to, it's almost like a guarantee that that's something you have to deal with.
Yeah.
But it's me, like it's just me. I'm never turning anyone away unless you're just blissfully ignorant, and I have to.
Oh.
Well, no, I'm really glad that we had the chance to sit and chat with you.
I'm really glad you guys had me because this has been so much fun.
Yeah, you gotta come back.
Yeah, you're definitely coming back.
you.
Because, you fill that seat out very well.
Well,
You texted me before the show. It's like, I'm so fat. I'm so fat today. I'm so
I
fat.
did. I had like 4 dinners. I did. I was at Lenny. Like, let me tell you about my dinners real quick. I had like 4 like chicken subs,
At
like on
Lenny's?
Heroes. Yes, before I came here because I didn't really eat all day.
Did you really have 4?
No, I had like 2.5. But it's on Heroes, so they're like big pieces of bread. I don't know. I was hungry, and then after that, they put so much oil on them, and I was like a little bit nervous to do this. I was then chewing Pepto tablets in the middle of a Lenny's before I came here. So I'm pretty much crowning on this couch right now.
Oh God.
Very nice. Well, thank you again for taking the time.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
I want to remind you that you're watching Talking About. I'm John Griffith.
I'm Cara Kilduff.
And
Thank you, naughty Sal Capizzi.
yes, who is on the couch with us, and we're gonna help you get some jollies now.
Awesome.
So, you said you wanted to tie somebody up on the show, right?
Let's do it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm down to tie.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, we're gonna head over to the other stage, or you're gonna head over to the
Okay.
other stage, and you go over there, and we'll set you up over
Okay,
here.
perfect.
So, joining us now is a very, very familiar face to those of you who watch the show. Who is it?
Daniel Bauer.
Ah, yes, and we're gonna turn around and we're gonna take a look and say hi, Daniel.
I feel so irresponsible, all this talk of naughty with Sal. Here we are, I'm going to let him tie him up, and he hasn't even been here 2 years, poor thing.
He's got to learn sometime.
So as you guys know, I'm an escape artist, but I have actually never brought any escape gear with me, so I thought I'd let Sal go ahead and tie me up.
All right.
And I'm going to step closer to here. I'll swing my head sideways so they can hear me. And if you can just go to the back side of me.
Like so many. Sorry, you have
And,
kids. You have teenagers watching. I'm sorry.
And,
I'm sorry. You have
so
school children
naughty.
watching you. I'm going to be nice.
And no, it's okay. By all means, I can take it in the end. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
For all of the children at home.
He's sorry.
Oh, very.
And by all means, take your time. It's only a half-hour show from this point. It's very new at this. This is good. So it's good to see you two. You look good over there.
You look
too.
great in your custom made.
This is actually the. Let's do the arms first.
Okay.
Yeah, before you go down there.
He's just going right for the
This is
finish
actually a
line.
replica of the Harry Houdini straitjacket made out of canvas and leather that he used when he was hanging upside down
Oh wow.
to get out of her. He would so forth. So this is the actual. It's not the actual one, but a replica of it, the style that he uses. And how are we doing back there? Good. Okay. All right, and then the last one. You can just
I got it.
just be gentle with the kids.
Yep.
I mean, I am a skateboarder, so tight is good.
Can you go one more?
This is so cool because you've never done this on the show.
How you doing? All right?
We're good.
That's some serious stuff. All right, so we'll try to like this. I didn't bring any background music, so if you want to hum, clap, hit a beat. Woo! We're good. We'll try this out. I'm grown. See if I can get out.
Okay. We'll enjoy the grunting.
Okay. Okay. So naughty.
Uh,
Oh.
oh wow. Very nice.
Thank you. I will
Yes.
come join you.
Get over
Okay.
here.
And since you're not fully mic'd yet, we'll just keep chatting. We have your mic here on the sofa.
Sal didn't leave any sweat marks or anything.
Oh, thank goodness.
So,
Yeah,
yeah.
thought we were gonna have a little crack problem there. Your mic is your mic is there. Live TV, so we're working with what we got.
Yeah. Hey, live.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
cool.
Make sure it's turned on. Little switch, okay. There you go. You're turned on. Okay, clip yourself, or if you want me to come over and clip you, I'll come over and clip you one.
Oh, I'm good. Can you?
Okay.
See what you
Yeah.
started.
Such a naughty show today.
And he's back there, he's like, I know.
Such a naughty show.
Sorry.
Oh, welcome back.
Yeah, it's so
Welcome
good to see
back.
you too.
Good to see you.
So great.
You have a lot of shit going on these days.
I have a lot of yeah, a lot.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Take a sip of water.
Yeah.
That's some naughty stuff.
Damn.
Okay, well, for those who haven't seen you on the show before, you are a magician, escape artist,
escape artist. I'm also known as
storyteller.
the successor to Harry Houdini. But I am an escape artist, magician, primarily, and motivational speaker. Soon to be published author. My book comes out in August.
Okay,
But
and we do have a picture of the cover of the book, so
Yeah.
when Mr. Director has a moment, just pop that up there.
Yeah, there's three crazy things happening right now. You're giving me this look, and I'm reading your mind, and we should read minds, should we?
Yeah, we should. I'm just really excited for you.
It's taking some
there's the
time.
cover of the book.
Damn, I look good. And sorry.
So modest.
You know what? My therapists have worked very hard for me to get to the stage. Okay, I look better. And it's taken some time. It's been really great. I mean, this past year alone, I have probably spoke upwards to, I want to say close to 40, 50,000 youth in New York. Around, it's just actually, I'm wearing Ferris State University's hat that they gave me. So go Ferris State University in Big Rapids, Michigan. Have you ever been there?
No.
In the dead of winter?
No.
Never again. You have to take trains and planes and 2 buses, and it was in the middle of nowhere.
Oh, damn.
And then there was like 4 trees and a Walmart and the campus. So like the cold breezing wind was.
There must be a lot of drinking going on that campus.
I would suppose.
Yeah, I don't know. They were all sober when I was there to speak and perform.
But you're saying 4 trees, a Walmart, and the campus? Oh, hell no.
Yeah, it's a booze town.
That must be some good cows, some good hay up there.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
So all these universities, I mean, I've really been around a lot, doing mostly speaking, and then I've been performing on the side privately, just at some little shows, and I went to a little purple mansion not too long ago, up in Saugerties, New York.
A purple mansion?
Yeah, I don't know, some crazy guy who, he and his wife commute from Saugerties every day on Amtrak, and they have kids up there, and they really wanted me as their magician. They were big fans of mine. So they brought
Oh
me up
my
to
God.
Saugerties, and it looked like a Weebly Wobbly house. But these kids were just in awe, and you showed
wow.
them the magic, and it was a lot of fun. But the speaking has really been, it's been life-changing for me, life-changing. I went back to the school early December. I had gotten back, and I went back to one of my schools, Brooklyn Tech, as a matter of fact.
Okay.
And there was a student there who I guess had heard me speak 2 years ago, previous to that. And this year, after I was done talking, he came up to me and literally just told me thank you, you saved my life 2 years ago.
Well,
Wow.
for those who didn't see your previous appearances, I know, yeah, you've got a gig coming up, and a lot of your story is part of that. But give a little bit more information about yourself and your story.
So I was diagnosed with a chronic illness, HIV to be specific. And back in 2002, and I had a very promising career ahead of me as a magician, escape artist. That was supposed to be the next big thing. And, it was kind of pulled out from underneath me after all the fear and all the stigma.
Mm-hmm.
And my parents told me never to come home again. And I did what everybody shouldn't do, which was to numb my body completely. And I did that through drug use. And drug use led to eviction. Eviction led to living on the streets of New York City and having to put into action survival tactics that I would, it's all in the book. Those
Yeah.
those things that, they're no
Yeah,
humans
that's
should
a
have
blank
to go
that's easy to fill in.
through. And then the day that I tried to take my life, because you just don't feel worthy. And, so here I am today, 13 years living with HIV, battling chronic illness. I have my depression bouts, but they come and go. I am battling mental illness, and I just really released my bipolar 2 diagnosis not too long ago. About a year ago, I think I made that public. That's a very hard thing to come by, stigma-wise, like bipolar 2. It's a hard thing to manage, too, because days I'm like here, and then I'm here, and then there, and then here, and it's like, I'm like a little kid in kindergarten. I'm like,
Yeah,
all
well,
over
I
the
mean,
place.
we've become pretty good friends since you first came on the show, and yeah, that I haven't seen the full breadth of the roller coaster, but because you're pretty well managed right now, at least as far as I've known you.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
But I've seen a little up and down that's more than the average person. I guess that's the best way to put it.
I have been careful to not have any more Justin Bieber moments publicly. So I work very closely with, I hibernate, and you know this about me personally. I live the life of a hermit. Unless if I'm out speaking or if I'm out performing, I stay home. I'm with my two beautiful cats, Penn and Teller, and I'm with my Netflix, and I'm writing my book, or I'm working on this project Beyond Belief. Which is a 12 U.S. city tour where I want to speak at every single high school in 12 U.S. cities, in these cities.
Wow.
But these are cities that have come to me before, and they can't afford even my travel. They can't get me out there. But they've heard about my work. And I have, in fact, the teacher might be watching right now. She's having me at her school here in Queens, New York. They have no money. Can't say no. Can't say no. So I put together a GoFundMe campaign called Project Beyond Belief. It is to fund the 12 U.S. city tour. Just for the travel and the hotel, so I can go out there and save some, I mean.
Yeah, and we do have a graphic with the website,
Yeah.
with the GoFundMe website.
If you could hear the stories of this 18-year-old kid who wanted to kill himself from 2 years ago, who saw me this year, and now he's the captain of one of the sports teams in his school.
Wow.
And he's gotten the help. And just recently, a few weeks ago, a girl bursted out into tears. She told me she had an abortion. She's 17 years old. She says, I don't even know how to tell mom and dad, and all I want to do is die and end my life. And she says, you know what? I can't do it. She says, I can't do it. She says, if you have been through what you have been through family-wise, and struggle, and depression, and this and that, and addiction, and she says, I have to fight for my life. And I said, darn right you have to fight for your life. And I said, if you can't fight for your life this very minute, I'm here. I'll hold your arm. I said, we'll get you the help you need. She was willing. And I've had students pass me notes. guys who have come up and, because I don't tell them I'm gay when I first go out on stage. I got the ball cap on backwards and whatever, and halfway through they find out I'm gay, and then at the end, you'll find that people who are either homophobic or wherever they are, that jock mentality in high school, right? You got to have that facade. They come up to me like, yo, D. Or yo, D. And I'm like, yo, mad respect for gay people today. Mad respect. Mad respect for people living with HIV. Or one kid who raises his hand, how do I quit pot? How do I quit smoking pot? I mean, I get the craziest questions that these kids ask me.
I can only imagine.
But they're real to what they're going through.
100% real. 100% real. But it's hard because these teachers at these schools that I go into, they cross boundaries if they engage in this kind of, you know what I'm saying, like these very deep-rooted issues. So bringing in live speakers like myself, we can cross those boundaries because we can shift culture inside schools. And I've seen the shift. And I have schools now where I've been speaking there 4 years in a row. And the kids, there was one school, they were like, we're not going to prom unless if you can get Daniel Bauer back. We want Daniel Bauer back. We have got to have Daniel Bauer back. So every year I give them a new journey of where I've been at. Some of those journeys are healthy, some of those journeys are not so healthy, but they're there, a part of my life. So this last school that I just spoke at where the girl...
You can breathe.
I'm sorry, I'm just like, I'm so passionate about my work.
I know.
Yes, I'm coming back every year. I'm coming back every single year. You got it. We'll do a check-in session. I was like, you guys better show up for school, show up for your lives. Wake up with a purpose. I love it. Just look in these kids' faces. And then the magic tricks they do. Let them tie me up, and it's cool.
Oh my God, that is awesome. That is really awesome. How much money are you trying to raise with the GoFundMe project?
It's actually a 3-portion thing. So I'm trying to raise $21,700
Total?
total. That takes care of all the 12 U.S. cities. Takes care of all of the editing fees that come along with my book. So the book can be out by August so that I can leave copies in the schools, so that health teachers can have it available for the kids to read and they can process that. Then the other piece is to bring back Beyond Belief, my off-Broadway experience, which is the story of my life, motivational-wise, but in a theatrical version, which, John, you saw. And that's to come back for 12 weekends in New York.
I'm so excited about that because I was, because I missed it the first time, and now I'm just like, oh, damn it, he's going to be here for 12 weeks. I'm going to see that fucking show.
It'll be 12 weekends. So I'll be touring during the weeks, and then those weekends I come back to New York to do.
You're going to be tired.
I am, but I'm used to it. And then May 30th, I'm doing a viewing of Beyond Belief. I think it's on the screen now in Belmar, New Jersey. It's one night only. It's a little VIP catered event, but we're filming it to produce the commercials for the new version so that we can really market this.
The thing in New Jersey, is that also going to be, could that also be a fundraiser for you?
I'll ask and I'll promote it, but I mean, people are buying tickets for that, so that'll all go towards this as well.
That's good.
And to defray those costs, because that venue's not cheap. Nor is the catering, nor is the chair rentals, nor the lighting.
I make a mean peanut butter and jelly. I will cater.
Done.
I will cut the crust off. I will put on fancy toast.
We'll bring a little naughty Sal. We'll be good.
These are chunky peanut butter. These are creamy. Go fuck yourselves. No,
Well, if you need an opener.
What's that? If I need an opener,
Or if
for
you
the
need an
kids show.
opener.
For the kids show. He's gonna be my opening at the high school program from now on.
Teach him how to make balloon animals.
Not so naughty ones, though. No naughty
right.
ones.
But that's the only thing that you would be able to do, Sal.
Teach the high school kids what that means.
Love it.
Sal's trying to laugh quietly off camera.
He is.
Just want to poke him so he makes a noise. Poking at you. Oh, sweet Jesus. Good times. So wait, what theater is the off-Broadway show going to be at?
We're looking at the Grand Theater, but until the funds, we're hoping the funds will be raised by the end of May.
Wow.
We're hoping that all 20, I have some other interviews going on, some other press stuff that's happening to really bring attention to this. Right now we've raised just under 1,000, but I mean, it just started. The campaign really just started about a week ago.
Oh, wow.
So people are getting, noted. It's getting some, just a little cute promo video and, all that stuff. And
If all your high school students gave $1, you'd be there.
I would be. Do you hear that, high school students? If you're listening to me,
$1.
$1 from each high school students would get him there.
have mommy and daddy.
It's just $1.
Yeah. But then I don't know where that, with the kids and their families and $1 and, there's another, I'm sure there's a silent Donald Trump out there. Donald, Ellen DeGeneres, Rosie O'Donnell. You know, there's some people out there who should donate. And
David Geffen.
Yeah. You know,
Mike Bloomberg.
Hillary Clinton.
Koch brothers.
Chick-fil-A.
Ted Cruz.
Oh my God. Can we take a bathroom break?
Billy Graham.
Just wet the floor.
Pat Robertson.
Goodness.
Ah, good times. Happy fun times. Who
So-
else? Madonna.
You know what?
Hey, think big. Donald Trump is the one I will never forget. I read it somewhere that he said, "Think big." You know, why would you think small? Think big. So.
Yeah, well, I talk about sex with younger people. You know, when I have the show, I talk about, you know,
Take-
risky behaviors. What was she doing? Having tongue with a young man on stage. We do not promote this in my talks. Madonna, you can donate so I can reverse the damage.
He's legal.
No, I know.
I wonder what was going through his mind. She's trying to eat my soul.
That was my thought. It's like, because you spend so much time sucking the souls out of babies to stay young looking.
Oh.
And then when he wiped his face, it was so classic. It was just like.
Oh no.
So, yes, we motivate these young kids.
I'm just gonna send him back to Degrassi.
Well, I'm so excited about the book coming out. That's really cool, and then that's your goal. You want to leave copies at the schools and.
Well, the book is also, it's a wide awakening world into, I want people to really look inside a person who's dealing with bipolar and what it's like to deal with that every day. Deep depression, what it's really like to, the suicide, what's going on in my head. Because when these kids, like this 18-year-old kid or whatever, I know what's going through their head when they come up to me and I see these tears.
You know, one of my friends, another comedian friend, she has bipolar. She's bipolar, and she's also doing something, with comedy and speaking to people and stuff too. So I mean, it's really wonderful that you're doing that because I think there is a stigma with mental illness. There's a stigma with HIV. So, I mean, this is great. You're like a double winner.
Listen, we
You can
talk about sex, addiction, depression, mental illness.
And especially when you're in your teens
everything.
and you're just a walking hormone also.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
the
important
bullet
stuff.
is more
Bullying,
amplified.
listen, I got the story, and it comes out, but the book tells that deeper part of that, and I want people to understand. I mean, we have a crystal meth epidemic here. I have two friends that just dropped, and yeah, not good. I mean, there's a lot. So this is a really tell-all, but I'm gonna do my best to just use first and last initials because there's some gossipy stuff from my famous days, and now I so desperately want to use names, but that would just be evil. I'm not in a place to be evil anymore.
No.
Yeah, you don't want to open up a legal can of worms.
Yeah, no. Oh no.
Oh no.
I think I've gotten all that negative. I think I've purged. What do you call it? Purged.
Yes.
Yeah. Ray's been very good.
Bye,
Every time I
bye,
make up the Ray
Felicia.
show. Purge it. Give it to the universe.
You know, one of the other things I love too, physically, you are a huge man. So I kind of like the idea that you're going to these schools, talking to these kids, and you're just like, raw, you know, this big dude.
I was just telling Sal on the way here. I was like, they don't even know, most of them don't even know I'm gay when I'm getting there. So when I talking about how, because I asked the kids if they believe in love at first sight, or like, you know, when the school doors open for the first day, right? You know, all the guys are with themselves going to math club or whatever, and right, and then all of a sudden, that one girl walks by, right? So all the guys just stop and they're like, yo, look at that booty, right? Because, you know, the guys are all saying it and thinking it. And it's like, yeah, I fell in love. So I tell them, I'm like, this is how it happened to me. The doors open, I walked into the club. I'm like, yo, there that person was. Love at first sight. I'm like, his name is Alex. And they're like, like I have this whole moment with them, which they would stigmatize or label as masculine. It's like, okay, what do we do with that? How do we handle that? And so it's kind of a cool, you know, I just have a strange way of just unveiling everything. And
But
then
you're
with the-
connecting.
yeah, and the death of my baby brother, and loss. And I can't. Okay, talk about it. I always get stuck when I go there.
I know. But the work that you're doing is wonderful, and it's important. And you know, I remember when I was in school, we had assemblies. That's what they called them, I think.
Yeah.
And we had speakers come, but we never had anybody good like you. Like I don't even remember what we had.
I remember like a little musical number about the frustrated freeze.
What?
Oh God, with the
What?
milk.
Yeah.
What?
It was like
Frustrated
the
freeze.
frustrated freeze. It's like these 5 singers, they were all being frozen up. I've got the frustrated freeze. Someone thaw me out, please. And then someone would come in with some rose-colored glasses and thaw them out with the rose-colored glasses. So you have to look at life through rose-colored glasses, and everything will be better.
I don't know, we had a safe
Wow.
Avenue Q puppets. Don't talk to strangers.
Oh yeah, I remember we had puppets. Yeah.
Nothing ever about sex. My parents
No.
didn't even teach me. In fact, I didn't even know what a blowjob was. I think until my second year of college.
No.
I always thought it was like a blow pop without a wrapper, and you like.
Did you go to public school?
Yeah, I went to Arlington High School.
Where?
Didn't you? They were all making fun of me on the bus when they were pulling my hair and breaking my pencils. Jerks, breaking my pencils. And
Where
they
did
were-
you grow up?
Poughkeepsie, New York. We're
Oh,
right. Isn't that where Snooki's famous from? Snooki.
I don't know, but I
I
know.
don't
that-
And yeah, she's from Poughkeepsie. But I grew up, in the country. I mean, I grew up in a very okay family. 7 brothers.
I don't
a
want to
sister.
imagine people being mean to you.
Oh, they broke my pencils. I was so pissed. I was so mad. And that one kid who would pull my hair because he didn't want me to sit in the back of the bus. I mean, now
If you sat in the back of the bus, it wouldn't have been until the second year of college that you knew what that was.
yeah, well, I didn't know. Oh, wow. And this is where you would then turn off the channel for only adults. No. So I'll come back up here. And
No, we're not doing a demonstration.
No, straight jacket was enough. So yeah, it's cool. This one school that I did recently just speak at, they haven't had a speaker for about 2 years. They have because they're so afraid to bring all the kids together into the auditorium at once. I feel like that movie Stand By Me or The Principal or one of those.
Really?
Yeah, they were really. And this principal took a huge chance on me, huge chance. And she was like, "Are you sure? You know what you do?" Trust me, I know what I'm doing. 2 periods in a row. You gave her a pin drop.
Wow, that's amazing.
Hmm.
And also too, like, not to be a jerk, but those kids were probably so psyched that it was 2 periods long.
Well, listen, you got to captivate their attention in 5 seconds.
Yeah.
So how do you do that? You walk out and tell them, I'm the coolest guy in the world because I just got them out of class for 2 periods and you're about to tie me up. Done! Kids love me!
Oh, damn. What other stuff do you bring besides the straitjacket?
It depends. It varies from school to school. I bring something new every time. So if I go back to school for a second year, I bring another trick or I bring another trick. So they only get to see one thing. And then at the end, they make them all disappear and go back to class and they have to behave. And or they come see me and tackle me and, little selfies and stuff. But it's the story. I really engage them through the story.
Have any schools limited what you could say or present?
No one has limited anything.
That's
I
great.
do my research, so I want to be clear about the community I'm going into. And when I go into these schools, I just don't go in and just tell my story. I mean, I work with the administration and work with the teachers to identify the problem areas, what barriers, what obstacles are these young adults facing from preventing them to be successful, achieve young leaders. And once we pinpoint those areas, then I just readapt my story to focus on some things a little more and some things a little less so that I can refocus. And then, I engage them in about a 10 to 15 minute Q&A, sometimes 20, 30 minutes. I mean, we let them to ask all the questions they want. It's a safe place. Teachers ask questions too. I tell them, these kids, listen, your teachers aren't exempt from this. They're adults too. We all go through our issues.
Yeah,
Right.
absolutely.
I'm like, I'm 42 now and I'm still going through these issues. Listen now. So.
It's a process.
Yeah, so I'm hoping for Project Beyond Belief. So if you're watching, if you're listening, I could use your support.
Yeah.
you
So
can-
we'll have that graphic up again.
yeah.
So in the last 5 minutes, I mean, what's
There
the
it
end
is.
result? Yeah, the GoFundMe website right there. So definitely, yeah, even a dollar will help out. So
Yeah, and you can research my work at danielbauer.us, but actually the full story, the videos and everything are at GoFundMe, and that'll reroute you to my site as well. The end goal here is to one is to show these schools how effective these life speaking talks are. I don't hear enough about life speakers going in, at least with the depth of story that I have. Or maybe I'm just missing it and I'm not seeing, but I'm getting these schools that are telling me they don't have budget and speakers are turning them away. I don't want to be that speaker. I want to be the person who brings the magic back to their life. But this is healing for me just as much as it is for them. And this is going to allow me you know, if I can show them, like with my off-Broadway show, getting back on with Beyond Belief, and then the next journey, which you guys know about with the tank with the piranha, which I still really want to do, but there's still some work to get done to, you know, get that together. I mean, I want them to know that if I can fight every day for my life, these kids can fight every day, but you know, we've got to get these life speakers in. Schools can't afford it. Not where I'm going. I'm going into the deep-rooted communities where there is no money. So all I need is a bus ticket and a hotel, motel, but I prefer hotel. Continental breakfast works too.
It's all inclusive.
Let me get up 5 days a week. Let me go do my thing all day long. There's some schools where I go in where they have 5,000 kids and I'll speak all day long. 1,000 kids will come, or I'll do it 10 periods in a row without a break. I will tell my story 10 times in a row. Yeah,
That's intense.
That's got to drain you a little bit.
So probably a hot tub with maybe a bubble bath. I don't know. A hotel with a bubble bath. Something following. But
What are you doing for self-care? You're not a robot. I mean, you can't do
the gym, and my cats. The gym and my cats right now.
no guilty pleasures like ice cream or.
And my therapist, smoking.
I yell at him all the time about that.
Do not hear that. In fact, that's
Pretend
why,
you didn't hear this.
that's why they closed that Dwayne Reed. I was so mad. I was like, I need.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah.
Oh.
No.
That Dwayne
Because
Reed.
of you?
Anyway. Well, no, because they knew that I was having a vice
Nicotine.
craving.
Yeah.
A vice craving.
Well, you know what? I mean, really, if you have to choose between something horrible and a cigarette, I'd say.
Yeah, but the ice cream is. I'm trying to find the balance right now. And I hear e-cigarettes are just as bad. In fact, they're actually not as healthy.
Listen,
Higher level of nicotine.
I'm
getting into
so
you.
sick of seeing people sucking on these things like toddlers. You know,
Is somebody,
Stormy, if you're watching this, I don't mean you.
Got it. Thank you for the motivational experience.
Yeah.
Somebody posted something the other day. They tried it for the first time and they said it was like filleting a robot.
Wow.
I mean, there's something.
I want to know what the point of reference for that was.
Oh no.
So, okay, the website again.
So you just go to gofundme.com /Daniel Bauer or danielbauer.us. And the end goal is to make one of the most powerful books out there that really, it's not a lecture. It's just how I dealt with and how I deal with today. You can use a tool guide, survival guide, but for me it's, Beyond Belief, Escape to Survival. And it really gives an inner look at these issues for young people today. I want them to have I don't want to say I'm a role model, but I'm just a guy trying to get through it one day at a time,
Like all of us are.
Yep.
And these kids follow my story on Facebook, and you should see some of their engagements with me on my fan page. Some of the quotes they leave me,
Okay.
so good.
And there are links to that on the other pages that you mentioned,
Yeah.
danielbauer.us and the GoFundMe.com/
/ Daniel Bauer, BAUER. Yeah, all the info's there.
Okay. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your schedule to be with
Thank
us.
you
Yeah,
for
thank
having
you.
me. Thank you.
We're gonna have you back.
Yes, definitely. And you are watching Talking About. I'm John Griffith.
I'm Cara Kilduff. Thank you for
With-
watching.
And thank you, Daniel. Thank
Yeah.
you, Sal. And we will see you again next time. Bye-bye. Talkingabout.info, www.talkingabout.info. Links to everything.
Good plug.
Gotta get out there.
Quick, like a bunny.
This was fun.